What if the one thing you've been searching for has been quietly waiting inside the things you've been ignoring? Not more money, not more success, not a bigger house, just one simple habit. A habit so powerful that scientists discovered it can literally change how your brain sees the world. Most people chase happiness first and promise they'll be grateful later. But what if they've been doing it backwards all along? Today, you'll discover the invisible force that transforms ordinary lives into extraordinary ones, not through luck, but through perspective. Welcome back to Mindset Hub Tube. Let's begin. Chapter 1. The Man Who Owned Everything Except Peace. Imagine waking up tomorrow with only the things you thanked life for today. What would still be left? A businessman named Ethan had everything society admired: a luxury apartment, a successful company, expensive vacations, a growing bank account. Yet every night, something followed him home: emptiness. No matter how much he achieved, satisfaction disappeared within days. Every new purchase became ordinary. Every success demanded an even bigger success. His life had become an endless race with no finish line. One evening, after another exhausting day, Ethan visited his grandfather. The old man lived in a tiny house with worn-out furniture and a small garden. Nothing looked impressive, yet he smiled with a peace Ethan had never experienced. Curious, Ethan asked, "Grandpa, why do you always seem happy?" The old man didn't answer immediately. Instead, he handed Ethan a notebook. Inside were thousands of short sentences. "Thank you for today's sunrise. Thank you for the conversation with my neighbor. Thank you for healthy legs that carried me. Thank you for another ordinary Tuesday." Ethan laughed. "That's it?" His grandfather smiled. "When you train your eyes to notice gifts, life starts giving you more reasons to smile." That night, Ethan realized something. His eyes had become experts at finding problems, but beginners at noticing blessings. And whatever the mind repeatedly searches for, it eventually believes is the entire world. Chapter 2. The Secret Language of the Human Brain. Your brain has a hidden filter. The question is, who programmed it? You or your worries? A young teacher named Maya constantly felt unlucky. If 10 things went right and 1 went wrong, her mind remembered only the one mistake. She wasn't negative by choice. Her brain had simply become addicted to scanning for danger. One mentor challenged her with an unusual experiment. For 30 days, write 3 things every evening that made today worth living. Nothing dramatic. No fake positivity. Just honest moments. The first night felt difficult. She wrote, "A stranger smiled. I enjoyed my morning tea. My mother called." Tiny moments. Almost meaningless, but something unexpected happened. After 2 weeks, she started noticing beautiful moments before they even happened. Her attention had shifted. Instead of automatically searching for disappointment, her mind started collecting evidence that life wasn't against her. Problems still existed. Bills still arrived. Stress didn't magically disappear, but hope quietly grew beside it. Gratitude didn't erase darkness. It simply switched on another light. The mind believes what it practices. If you rehearse fear, fear becomes familiar. If you rehearse appreciation, peace slowly becomes your default language. Your future is shaped less by what happens, and more by what your attention repeatedly chooses to remember. Chapter 3. The Wealth That Life Can Never Take Away. If everything disappeared tomorrow, what kind of person would still remain? Years later, Ethan lost much of his business during an economic crisis. The younger version of himself would have fallen apart. But something had changed. Every morning he still wrote 3 reasons to be thankful. Not because life was perfect, but because he refused to let circumstances decide his inner world. He became calmer. His relationships became stronger. His decisions became wiser, because panic no longer controlled them. Friends asked him, How are you still smiling after everything you've lost? He answered, I stopped measuring wealth by what I own and started measuring it by what I can still appreciate. That sentence changed many lives, because gratitude isn't pretending pain doesn't exist. It's remembering that pain isn't the whole story. The strongest people aren't those who never struggle. They're the ones who can still find meaning while they struggle. Every sunrise, every heartbeat, every chance to begin again is a quiet invitation to notice that life keeps giving before it asks. And perhaps the greatest miracle isn't receiving more. It's finally seeing how much has already been given. Tonight, before you sleep, pause for just 1 minute. Think of 3 things you've never truly thanked life for, not because someone told you to, but because your future self deserves to remember them. One day, you may discover that the happiest chapter of your life didn't begin when everything became perfect. It began the moment gratitude became stronger than your expectations. If this story made you look at your own life differently, take a moment to appreciate one thing around you right now. Share it in the comments. What is one thing you're grateful for today? If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another life-changing story from Mindset Hub Tube. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and remember, a grateful heart doesn't wait for a better life. It discovers the beauty already hidden in this one.